Fashion starts with aesthetic. Fashion starts with style, with a look. And if you have something that doesn't look great, that nobody wants to buy, it doesn't matter how sustainably made it is. It's very important to us to start with designers who have a strong sense of style and aesthetic and a product that people want to buy, because that's the way to create the least waste. My name is Bob Bland, and I'm the CEO and founder of Manufacture New York. So the future of Manufacture New York is this 160,000 square foot plan to co-locate manufacturers, designers, and technologists all on one floor so that we can truly vertically integrate the local manufacturing process. Manufacture New York was granted $3.5 million by the Mayor's Office and the New York City Economic Development Corporation to create a manufacturing innovation hub right here in Sunset Park. It's a historically industrial neighborhood. Creative people, makers, manufacturers who've been here for a long time, everyone can co-locate together here, and I couldn't think of a better place to have a fashion revolution. Manufacture New York was founded on the principles of inclusivity as opposed to exclusivity in fashion. And we look for designers who are in it for the long haul.
My name is Cristina Giovanna Gabriele. I go by Cree. My brand is Heart & Noble. This current collection is actually all laser cut acrylic. I really did want to be in a creative community, and in a community that not only could have a sort of mentorship, but being around other creatives who were doing their version of what I was doing, whether it was in apparel or bag design or whatever.
My name is W.K. Jackson, and my company is Asymptote. And I found that Manufacture behaved like a much more contemporary business. They sort of understood what I was trying to do as a young designer. Other vendors in the supply chain have a much more take it or leave it attitude. We're concerned with the fact that I didn't have volume, whereas Manufacture is very interested in growing their designers.
Local manufacturing is incredibly important. New York City has some of the most ethical regulations. Workers are getting a good wage. We help our designers to connect their supply chains in a transparent way.
For so many reasons, it makes so much sense to produce locally. You can be really involved in overseeing the whole process. Like, you can go into the workshop and see why that joint isn't working, or you can go into the workshop and be so amazed that this thing is really working well and it worked better than you'd anticipated. So being able to have the human interaction, I feel, is also massively important.
For Asymptote, local manufacturing means that we can have the highest level of quality control.
The objective for this space, or one of the objectives for this space, is to bring production here. So bringing those small companies that potentially are struggling in the garment district and providing them a place here to be able to directly facilitate the needs of the designers, but also to facilitate the needs of outside designers. So there will be people coming who are purely looking to produce with Manufacture New York.
Our plan for the space begins with a workforce training center that will train 200 and up to 1,000 people per year. And then on this side of the building will be the Manufacture New York offices. Adjacent to that will be a design incubator. Then there will be the Wearable Tech R&D Center, basically an incubator for wearable tech that focuses on textiles, a wet lab for biofabrics. And the small run factory is specifically dedicated to testing different techniques so that we can make less quantity of clothes and still have a decent price.
We'll be able to have a really integrated network for basically from you doodling a sketch on a napkin over your coffee break and being able to go collect that ring 4 or 5 hours later in the tech lab down the hall. So from ideation to actualizations.
Look at that view. It's just nuts. Can you believe what that would look like for a runway show or an event of some sort for a designer? There's nothing like this in Brooklyn.